This is a very special episode for the On the Whistle podcast. Alasdair, my partner in crime, Howorth is here. And it's Frank, the Tank Onyeka, Brentford maestro, Super Eagles star. How are you feeling? How was your Christmas, brother?
I'm feeling good. Though I didn't get to spend Christmas with my family, and you know, every player, every human wants to spend Christmas with their family. I wasn't able to do that, but it was also nice because I was out with I went to my wife, sister's place, so
Very cool.
obviously to be with them and celebrate Christmas.
I don't know if your Christmas was more lonely than Alasdair's. Ali, how did you do yours?
I was just at home working.
Just you alone?
Yeah, just
Oh
me alone.
no.
And if I'm right, Brentford didn't play over Christmas and
Yeah.
Boxing Day, so
Yeah.
hopefully there was some good R&R.
Yeah, it was because we were off on the 25th, so that was good for us to be with family and enjoy Christmas.
Amazing. And obviously the Afcon is fast approaching in January. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. But what we like to do around Africa's biggest braai being the South African Shisanyama, the meat we put out, is we like to tell personal stories.
Yeah.
And from your perspective, Frank,
Yeah.
you've obviously got such an inspiring story. And every African player's dream is to play in Europe.
Yeah.
Was there a time when you thought this wouldn't be possible?
I never had this feeling that it won't be possible. I always believed that I'll always get to this stage because I never had any doubt. Going and playing football back home, I always believed that someday I'll be in this level.
Sure, and you're from Benin, and I know Alasdair and I were reading a quote that you gave to the Hindsight podcast that we wanted to read back to you, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. We came across this, and you were saying you were born and bred in Benin City.
Yeah.
And honestly, it wasn't easy. People told me to quit football because there was nothing there. I wouldn't get anything, but you persisted. You didn't give up. You had trek long distances to training, even crossing highways.
Yeah.
For those of us who've lived in Africa, that's a thing.
That's
crossing
this is normal.
Right? We know. He's from Kenya. I'm from South Africa.
Oh, wow, South Africa. You're from Kenya.
Yeah.
So how come you have a long hair?
That's the question I always get.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, I was born in Kenya and grew up there.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you find it? Was it nice there?
Yeah, man, I miss it. Especially this time of year, like when we're getting 4 hours of
I know,
sunlight.
yeah, I know.
And you know what? They kill us on the flights home, right?
Yeah.
So we can't go home
Oh
now.
wow! And South Africa, I haven't been in South Africa before, but some place that I love to go. My wife is always just telling me, "Let's go to
Cape Town, right? She wants a trip to Cape
She
Town.
wants a trip to Cape Town.
I'm told Jurgen Klopp spends a lot of time there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
All
It must be a
Germans
nice
love
city.
it.
Yeah, it must be a nice
But
city.
correct me if I'm wrong,
Go
but is South Africa and Nigeria, are you in the same World Cup qualifier group?
No.
Oh, am I mixing up?
No.
Oh yeah, World Cup qualifier. Yes,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
are.
right?
We are.
Yeah.
So-
So it'll happen.
Yeah. Definitely we are. Definitely.
I won't say who I'm supporting on that one, but I do have a Bafana jersey.
Oh, of course, of course.
But yeah, just to take you back to that quote.
Yeah, so I guess we just wanted to hear a little bit more about your story because it is really powerful. Like how did that process happen, coming from Benin City to all the way to here in London?
Yeah, it was a journey. When I started playing football, I was late to going into an academy. Someone told my parents that, oh, it's good. I think we should take him to an academy. And which my mom, she didn't want me to. At that point, she was like, no, it was only my dad who was, pushing. But at the end, my mom, like, okay, no problem. You do what you want to do. So I did that. It was difficult trekking, like you said, crossing highways, going to training, coming back late. So it was difficult. And my friends, they were like, man, just stop football. What are you playing football for? It's not going to get you anywhere, you're not going to get anything, because the chances of you going away from Nigeria to Europe is so lean. You cannot, it's difficult. Well, I was lucky enough, and thank God today, this guy from Midtjylland came to, because they have an academy in Nigeria. So the guy that was...
What's the name of the academy, Frank?
FC Ebede.
Ebede, yes.
So he came to my city, scouted players, and luckily for me, I was among the standard players. Though for me, I played really bad. I saw
something there, right?
I saw something, and it was like, okay. Then he took me to his academy. Then I stayed about going to a year or something. Then he took me to Midtjylland. Went on trials 2015. 2015 summer, spent about 3 months with 2 other players. It wasn't easy going into Europe the first time, seeing other players. And
how did you find the weather in Michigan?
it was hard.
Because
it was
like
hard.
this
The
is
first-
right.
the-
That's
the-
an extreme.
No, the first day I was really cold. I was sick. I got sick. But they were like, "This is just summer, and it's warm.
Yeah, it's not even
Just wait until when it's winter." No, but it was good, and we did the trials. We went back to Nigeria. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if we were going to get called up back, and we were just hoping for the best. But thank God they called and they asked me and the other guy to come back, and which I was really happy. My parents, they were all proud of me going back, signed a contract, played for the academy, went to the first team, played in the first team. Then Brentford said, "Okay, we'll take him."
That's crazy. So you went and did the trial. Were there for a few months, right?
Yeah, 3
and
months.
then you still had to go back and
I
wait
went
to
back.
hear.
I went back to Nigeria to
Wow.
hear.
That's stressful.
Imagine.
Yeah.
The other guy came to me and was like, "Have they called you?" I said no. He said the one running the academy in Nigeria said, "I'm going back, but you haven't heard anything."
They didn't tell.
I was so like
so
scared.
stressful.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was stressed, and I just summoned courage and went to him. I was like, "Have you heard anything? Am I going back?" He said, "Oh yeah, you're going back."
So even you had to be the one to.
I had to be the one to,
That's
so I was like, then I had to call my parents. I told them this is the situation. You have to come down to it's close to Lagos. You have to come down here and sign all the paperwork and do everything for us to go back. And we went back, and that's in 2015 November, and we stayed there till winter. They signed the contract in January, and that's it. Everything went on.
That's an incredible story. I
It
mean,
is.
we're sitting here in the Brentford clubhouse, in the old change rooms.
Yeah.
Like, is this surreal for you to be sitting here talking to us right now?
not us.
No, I mean when I look back, look back, where I'm coming from, and here today, it's just thank God every day for my life, because so many players, they want to be in this stage, but luckily, sad for them, they really did not get a chance to be in this level or in this stage, or they didn't even get a chance to even travel out from Nigeria. So for me, being here, playing in the Premier League, and representing Nigeria in the Afcon, it's just a big and I know my family, they are really proud of me.
Well, that's a good point for us to transition to the Afcon, actually. You're in a group with Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, and the host, Ivory Coast. Who do you think is going to give you the hardest game in the group stages?
I'll tell you what, no games are easy when it comes to African football. You saw in our World Cup qualifiers, we drew both games. We thought maybe we were going to win those games, but somehow we drew both games. So it's not an easy group. We just need to fight our way out.
Sure. And before I let Ali come back and Frank, what a lot of people I don't think understand is that just because you might have a higher ranking than another nation in Africa means nothing. Conditions are hard.
Yeah.
You sometimes don't know much about those players.
Yeah.
We won't go into refereeing. We won't go into the fields. But it really is sometimes can be a real, like gamble who wins, it's like bingo. I mean, do you find that?
Yeah, you never know who's going to win. You feel like, Nigerians favorite, they will win, or Ivory Coast, or these teams, they are favorite. But you go there, you struggle to even play the way you want to play, because here in Europe, we have good pitches, condition, we have good facility. But in Africa, it's quite difficult. You can't really play the way you want to play, because, again, the pitches are not the best.
Yeah, I was speaking to someone from Mauritania yesterday, and they were saying, at home, we can beat anyone, even Brazil.
Yeah.
The pitch is so bad.
Yeah.
That it's our environment.
Yeah.
No one
But you remember Malawi had this ridiculous record at home.
Yeah.
No one could beat them because of the AstroTurf pitch.
AstroTurf pitch.
Yeah.
But The other thing I wanted to ask you though is on that, because obviously being in Ivory Coast rather than Egypt or Cameroon is not too far from Nigeria.
No.
So for you guys, is that something you're looking forward to? Because you'll actually almost be not for that first game against Ivory Coast, but the other games it would be like a home game almost.
It would be, but again, even we struggle to win games in our own ground. So it's also something that we going into these games we need to you know what. Let's not care about the pitch. Let's go there strong. Let's do everything or anything to win this game.
The other thing I want to ask is, how grateful are you just this time we don't have to deal with COVID and all of that nonsense? Because last Afcon was so stressful, wasn't it? In terms of you never know who's even allowed to play. Someone tests positive, suddenly the whole team is split.
Yeah, well, now it's good. Everyone is ready. Everyone is prepared. You don't have to think about COVID or oh, this can't travel, you can't travel, and all of that. So everyone is going down there.
I have to ask you, Victor Osimhen, amazing striker. You've been with him in the national team environment. Could you give us some insight into what makes him such a special player?
He knows how to score goals. Tight plays or not tight play, he just knows how to score goals, and his work rate, what he does for the team is really massive.
I was listening to an interview with John Mikel Obi.
Yeah.
No, let me rephrase that. Mikel John Obi, which is the correct.
I mean, we call him different things. We call him, No, he's a legend. He's a legend.
And he was saying when he looked at Osimhen, he reminded him of Didier Drogba.
Yeah.
They have this confidence and arrogance on the field. They can take a game by the scruff of the neck and win it.
Yeah.
Is that what he's like on the field? What's he like off the field?
Yeah. That's how he is. Even in training, you could see the hunger that he has. He wants to win every game. He wants to give everything, and so you can see that in the games. It's just like as Mika said, it's like seems similar type as Didier Drogba. They want to do everything to win, and that's Osimhen for you.
And just to bring it back to the group stages, that game against the Ivory Coast. I mean, they've got such a star-studded team. What kind of atmosphere can we expect in there? What are you anticipating?
For me, it's not going to be an easy game, I'll say, because it's Ivory Coast. They have good players, quality players, and same goes to us as well. We have, good players, and I know everyone don't want to miss that game. They want to, watch the game. And again, it's not going to be an easy game for us, but I know it's going to be a good atmosphere.
Aside from the Super Eagles, is there another team at the tournament that you would be excited to watch? Or, if there are fans out there who maybe don't know African football, is there a team that you'd say, outside of the Super Eagles, obviously they're fantastic to watch, this is the other team you got to watch? I mean, we know Morocco did so well at the World Cup.
Yeah, Senegal, Egypt, Ghana, is South Africa going? No. Because I only saw my group. I was like, okay, this group. South Africa, they're also a good side.
Jeez, these Nigerians wind us up all the time, right? The big brothers wind us up, right?
But I'm supporting you guys right now. So I think Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria. I think they have good teams in Africa. But again, don't know right off the other teams. They can surprise anybody.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Afcon.
Anybody. You can surprise anybody.
I mean, even Equatorial Guinea in your group.
They are strong team. Equatorial Guinea are strong team.
It's like a village team of second division La Liga players playing third division.
Yeah, and they just come and.
But we've seen Cabo Verde, we've seen Comoros, we've seen special performances at this tournament.
Comoros, Cape Verde, they're also good teams, and I think they work as a team. So again, don't write off these teams. They can come out. Last tournament, imagine we won the 3 games in the group stage.
It looks so good.
Quarterfinal, round of 16, we lost to Tunisia.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah.
Go on, Eddie.
Yeah, I wanted to just bringing it to the Afcon. Obviously, there's one objective is winning the Afcon. For Nigeria, every Afcon, it's win or failure. But for you, you played. In the Champions League, you played in the Danish League, you've been playing in the Premier League for so long. For you, what does it mean to to be a Super Eagle that is different from playing for a club or playing for other country? Like, what is special when you put on that shirt?
Because you're playing to more than 200 million people, they're watching you and you're representing your country. So the shirt, wearing the shirt, you need to give everything. It means a lot. As a kid, as a football player, when you're growing up, this is something that you want to do. You want to represent your country in a big stage like Afcon. So putting on that shirt is big.
And for you, how special would it be then to lift that Afcon?
Oh, it's gonna be so special.
See, he's planning already.
It's gonna be.
We
so
must tell Thomas Frank. Get ticket late.
No, it's gonna be so special, and it's gonna be a great achievement, not just for me, for the other players, for the country.
Yeah. Just before we wrap up, Frank, I was hoping that we could ask you some quick fire questions. So nice, short, sharp answers. Give us off the top of your head. For those out there who don't know, why do you have the nickname Frank the Tank?
No, it was from my time in Denmark. I was just doing what I do, winning every tackles, going not scared of anything, and strong player. And again, I just went to training. I think we played against a team, and what I did in the team was like everyone was like, oh. And I came into training, and the assistant coach just called me Frank the Tank.
And it stuck, right?
Just like that, and it stuck. And
are you happy with it?
Yeah.
I'm happy with the name. And even in the commentators in Denmark, they started calling me Frank the Tank. And since then, it just went up, and that's how it stays.
Love it. And you do the dance. Can you do the dance for us now?
Frank the Tank? Yeah. No,
I'll tell you what, I got it. When you win the Afcon,
I'll do
look
that.
down the camera, and we know it's for us.
Yeah. For you.
On the whistle.
For you guys.
Go on, Andy. Let's run through these.
Yeah. The big question that we have a lot of Nigerians who follow the podcast.
And Ghanaians.
And Ghanaians, that's true. And the one thing they always ask when they're thinking about, Nigerians or Ghanaians playing abroad in the UK is, where do you get the best Nigerian food in London? Where is the best jollof rice?
Specifically, jollof rice.
Always the question.
My house?
That's answer.
No, I've ordered from a few places. There's this one called Pitanga. I've ordered from Pitanga, Flavors Africana, Enish. I think those are 3 places.
And you recommend if we go there?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. There's a nice, good food there.
Yeah. Just 3 more questions and we'll let you go, sir. Who is your favorite African footballer of all time? Here we go.
Of all time?
Yeah, who is it?
The one I watched or the one that's been, heard before?
Anyone who...
For us, we love legendary players.
Yeah.
We need to have seen them for the legend to be real.
No, this is... I haven't really thought about this, if I'm being honest.
Is there anyone you try to maybe model your game on or an iconic moment?
Oh, Yaya Toure.
JJ is
Yaya
one always
Toure.
sticks to
Yaya Toure.
Why Yaya?
He's a good player. The way, if you watch him, when you watch Yaya Toure play, it's the way, what he does with the ball and even off the ball. Strong player, box-to-box player.
Do you think he got enough love when he was at City?
Yeah, I think I know that it was Player of the Year sometimes, and I don't know how many.
Scored some crucial goals.
Yes.
That 2014 season, I'm still fuming he didn't get Player of the Year. Suarez got it.
Also,
so good, man.
Toure is a good player.
And for you, looking back on your career, what is the biggest highlight for you so far of your career? I know the Afcon winning it will be, when you look back, that'll be your best. But for now, what is your highlight?
Playing in the Champions League, especially with Midtjylland, no one expected that. Oh, they're gonna, though we didn't play so well in the obviously it's an experience for the team. First time in Champions League, and also me coming into the Premier League. It's something I dreamt about, playing in the Premier League, but not like soon. And I came really early, and that was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. And last question from me before we wrap, but how would you like to be remembered one day? Like your legacy, what would you like it to be?
Frank the nice guy, Frank the funny guy, because I always want people around me to feel the love I give to them. So I think that's it.
Frank, we've certainly felt the love. Thank you for sitting down on the whistle. We wish you well with the Super Eagles.
Thank you so much.
We know you're going to kick back.